From the NZ Drummer Podcast and AndrewRooneyDrums.com, it's the Student's Guide to Drum Lessons. Here are your hosts, Chris Dawson and me, Andrew Rooney. And we're back.
Oh, hi.
With the Teacher's Spotlight Hour with your friend and mine, Chris Dawson. So previously we outlined a little bit of what we're about, our background, I guess.
Yeah.
With drumming and getting lessons and learning. Now we're going to dig a little bit more into specifically our experiences with teachers, what we picked up, positive and negative.
Yep.
It's the way things are.
It happens.
So again, do you want to kick us off, Chris, and sort
absolutely.
of dig into a little bit of your learning history under other teachers?
Yeah, I think that I must have been the same as most people. You start off wanting to get information, and then you don't really know where to get it from. Then you might go get a book. I think it was like progressive rock book with the tape.
Tape.
The tape was great. And I was stuck on a couple of beats. I didn't understand dotted notes. I just couldn't get dotted notes at all. I just couldn't figure it out. Generally, I was lost, I think. And I realized that I needed someone to help me. So I needed someone to tell me what to do.
How old were you at this point?
I was 18 at the time, maybe 19, I think, yeah. I think I had the drums for about 6 months or something like that, maybe 7 months. And because I lived in South Auckland and Pukekohe, there was no drum teachers around. I think I went to Waiuku and there was a guy out there, but he wasn't really into teaching drums at all. So I had to find someone else. So it's basically, I had to go up into the city to try to find someone. So Rex was the first guy that I came across. Amazing teacher for me, So he just gave me everything that I needed to know, basically. It was fantastic. Recordings and, tapes to play along to songs and charts and basic reading, and even just the way of approaching drums was really, really, I got everything from him along that, along their whole lines. It was amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was really, really good. 2 years, I think it was. Yeah, so from him I got this amazing drive, I think, about what I wanted to do and which direction I wanted to go into and all that sort of stuff.
And this is all possible.
This is all possible, yeah, exactly. And so, and the great thing I got from he was so organized. Everything was there. He had all, if I needed a piece of music or something like that, it was there, and he just opened up a book and there it was. And it's going, that's amazing. It was really, really cool. I got to a point where I was doing some stuff and he goes, you go and learn that book. Because I was doing a lot of practice. I was addicted. I couldn't stop playing. I was playing all the time. I was working at the time, but I kept on taking my drumsticks with me everywhere I went. I was playing all the time. And that was when I met Frank Jr., and he got me into the jazz degree. But I was 29 at the time. So,
and you're already a decent drummer at that point.
I've been playing quite a lot in lots of different bands.
Yeah.
I've been in death metal bands and been in funk bands and all that sort of stuff. And so I think I was quite good. I hopefully knew what I was doing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But needed some more tuition, so went to university, and that was with Frank Jr. And then learnt a lot of jazz-based things from him, basically, I think it was. Really, really tunnel-visioned, going towards one thing, not deviating at all, It was good, in most aspects, because I was there at jazz school. I really wanted to know about jazz school, and that was a real major for me, at that time. It was great hanging out with him. He did the Dinah Carroll concert, and so I helped him.
He played on it?
Yeah, he played on that.
Amazing.
Because, so it was amazing to go into that whole experience and all that sort of stuff. And then I was at uni, and then Frank left uni, and I got Ron. And Ron's whole concept, again, was a different thing. Again, we didn't really talk about technique or anything like that. I guess my technique was decent. And so he was really talking about concepts, and that was really, really interesting. Yeah. What about your? Yeah,
it's super important to sort of normalize what people are going through when they're searching for a teacher or what they might encounter at a lesson and think, oh, maybe that's not right, or
that's right,
or whatever. And we are limiting this as well to drum teachers, right? Because sometimes you learn more off music off other musicians.
Yeah, because I would have to say that Neville Greenfield is like, I learnt so much from that guy. It's like, but it wasn't to do with drumming. It was just music,
Here we go. I'll try and be quick. I'm not going to name any names, by the way, to protect the innocent.
Yes.
Or the guilty.
Yes.
As we'll find out. My first teacher was informal and just a friend. Unpaid lessons, basically just hanging out with a mate who had a drum kit and was much better than I was. That's probably the first point of call for a lot of people. Unpaid lessons with a friend, informal, hanging out.
Yep.
Next person I got put onto was the best drummer of anyone I knew and any of my friends knew.
Right.
Probably another common scenario.
Yeah.
But I was searching, like, I have to find the best drummer for me to be better.
Yeah.
These lessons were cheap. They were in this guy's bedroom, and he was an awesome drummer, but he wasn't set up for teaching.
Right. Yeah.
And this is where things can get a little bit spicier, I guess. I decided that I kind of needed professional help. I found this guy who is set up as a legit professional drum teacher, and this was my first time going to a professional drum teacher. This is all he does. So I turn up at this guy's house. There's kids everywhere. House is a mess. So we're walking through from the kitchen through. Awesome. Straight away, I had a sinking feeling.
Oh, dear.
Like, this is not what I wanted or imagined. And then we go into his drum room, which is just one kit, and he's got literally just mattresses up against the walls.
Sounds professional.
Yeah, yep. And his kid just interrupted the whole lesson.
Oh, man.
Just walking in and out of the room. Dad, blah, 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 blah. I never went back. Next, I hit the phone book because this was pre-internet.
Yeah.
Or early days of internet,
Trade
at least.
exchange.
So I need to step it up here. I need to find professionals. And I ended up at a local drum shop.
Where would that
which
be?
I'm not going to name, but I get put with one of the resident teachers there, and it goes really well. I strike up a friendship with this person. All of a sudden, everything's bumped up a whole new level. This was a massive learning point for me because I noticed that sometimes he couldn't come to the lessons. Sometimes he'd slept in, to be honest, and just didn't make it.
Right.
But other times he would not make it because he had a gig. And I was just like, wow, this guy's gigging. Like, I thought that was amazing. You know, this guy's legit. I was with this teacher for about 2 years.
Wow, that's
maybe
good.
more, around about 2 years. And something really special happened there when he couldn't make it. Because I was in this environment, someone else could take the lesson.
Right.
And sometimes these teachers were playing for bands that were on the radio, and they were all fantastic drummers and amazing teachers, really. Spoiler alert, you were one of those, Chris.
Wow.
So I'll say teachers 5, 6, and 7 for me were essentially fill-in teachers.
Right.
For teacher number 4.
Right.
Teacher number 8. Now, this person is really important because this was the guy that had the massive reputation, but didn't deliver.
Right.
Got to tread carefully here because we don't want to, you know. But it's important, man. It's
absolutely, yeah.
They're out there. And, I mean, these lessons were expensive. They were more expensive than anyone else's lessons.
Sure.
He wasn't invested for whatever reason. Maybe I wasn't good enough or, you know, whatever, you could justify it however you want.
Sure, yeah.
But he took the money.
Yeah.
So unfortunate, but important, I think. If we move on from teacher 8, who I guess you could say is potentially a negligent teacher.
Yeah.
Heart not in it. Jaded.
Yes.
Perhaps. Teacher 9.
Teacher 28.
Teacher 9 was, again, this is really important. This person turned out to be actually a fraud.
Wow.
Wasn't a drum kit teacher.
Oh.
It was another aspect of drumming. And
stick twirling?
Disappeared from the scene around about that time. And yeah, that was pretty awful. Not qualified to teach.
Wow.
Lied about his gigging resume. One more, teacher 10, teaching me at a higher level. And that was all about concepts, and there was no more technique or anything. It was just discussing stuff and the bigger picture and, you know, where is all this going and gigging possibilities and stuff. So
that helps a lot.
Oh, it does. Absolutely.
I think that for me, my 3 teachers were very, very different in their style, and I've learnt a lot from each one, but really different things. You know, they were. I think that's been very helpful with the way that I teach now. You know, just because you can tell. You know, I really enjoyed the way this one went, and I really didn't like the way that one went.
So I won't use that in my own teaching.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, very important, eh?
Yeah, and that's just how you learn how to do things. You know, and it might not be something that the actual teacher themselves knew that they were doing either. You know, they may have. It's just the way that person is, or whatever it is. You know, sometimes that teacher will also go really, really well with another student because they just are more compatible or something like that, you know. You know, sometimes you just don't get along with some people. The next episode is going to be about why you need a coach.
Absolutely.
Or why we think you need a coach.
Yep. And remember, if you want to get in touch with Chris, he's at chris.jazzdrummer andrewrooney@gmail.com.
That's the one.
I'm at andrewrooneydrums.com or andrewrooneydrums@gmail.com. And in fact, Chris just likes to talk in general. So
I do.
email him.
Email me.
Get his phone number and just talk to him.
I will just chat.
We'll see you soon.